Good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday to you. It is 9:59 in the a.m. here in the heartland of Kansas, and I did something today that I haven't done for a very long time. So I thought I would share this with you. Today, I oil pulled. What is this? This is some coconut oil. Now, there's various oils you can use to oil pull your mouth, and so we'll talk about it. I use coconut oil simply because I've heard of a lot of healing properties when it comes to coconut oil. And actually, this practice is very helpful as well. It was for me anyway. And that's another reason why I'm going to use it for various reasons. But let's talk about some of them that applied to me in my life. Now, I had pyorrhea. Is that how you say it? And I went down to Mexico and had some dental work done. And in one single day, they pulled 8 teeth out of my mouth. I walked around for like 3 days in Yuma with no teeth, with a partial that kept falling out every time I tried to talk. And I went to a Olive Garden and had a soup. I could barely talk, and people just don't understand you as to why because you're always like this. So I just said, fuck it. And I just was like, no teeth here. And then you sit there and you're eating, and you can't hardly eat because it's coming out of your mouth here. And you look around, and there's people that are sitting there going like this. You know, like looking at you like, now, I went there and had them intentionally do this. If you are living a life where you can't afford, or you have no, maybe your situation doesn't allow you to replace anything, to be judged in society in such a manner, it sucks. So I went to, it was either Marshall, I think it was a Marshall store, and I cut myself yesterday. I don't know how I did that, which is weird because I was out and about yesterday. I must have cut myself on something in the store, which is kind of a scary proposition anyway, as far as anything entering your body in that way. So I was at this Marshall store, and I found this purse that matched this backpack that I bought. I'm as you can see, black with skulls and all that stuff. I'm not a happy sunflower person. I'm a sunflower person because sunflower's always been my favorite flower, even before I knew it was the candlestick flower, y'all, or it has any spiritual significance at all. But I just wasn't thinking, and I grabbed this, and I go, look, I bought the same one back at my store in Kansas. And as I said it, you can clearly see I have no teeth. And this lady turns and looks at me like, what are you talking to me for? Get away from me. And all of a sudden I'm like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. I can't even believe you. I was just like, I can't believe you just did that to me. I was just like, whatever. So I go back to the hotel, and I talk to this Hispanic housekeeper, and I tell her what happened to me. And she's saying she wants to go because she had got everything pulled, and she had these dentures on, and they drove her insane. And she really wanted to go and get the implants or whatever, And so I told her of my plight of that last several days. And this woman hugged me harder than any family member ever has in my whole life after I told her. And she was like that no one had ever put it that way to her. And she really knew that I knew what she went through, especially when she went for years with no teeth, and the way that people treated her. And somehow I must have conveyed it to her. I know my hair's standing up on my arms right now. To her in such a way that touched her heart. Because, man, that lady started crying, and she hugged me so hard. And it was a very special moment, actually. So I wanted to talk about the things that I did prior, when I didn't have any money, and it was hard for me to eat. It was one of the reasons why I started eating raw vegan. Fruits are a lot easier to eat, y'all. Think about it. I just went to the store yesterday, and I don't think I've uploaded this video yet. But I bought all marked down stuff, except for a couple of things, strawberries and blueberries. And they were organic, so they were a little more expensive, but it was 20 bucks. I got some herbs that were marked down. I got greens that were marked down. I even bought some oat milk that was marked down. Even some, because of my split ends, I got some conditioner marked down. It was this fancy smancy kind. I'm just going to use it right on the ends, but yeah. So it was like $28, and this checker's like, how'd you how do you get this much food for $28? Because I picked a store that was in a kind of a poor area. And I really believe that they mark that stuff down for the homeless people that are, if you've ever seen them in the stores, just walking around with, a cart with nothing in it and a look of fear in their eyes and this shame and fear of judgment. It's a sad situation. And when I go in and I buy a bunch of fruit and vegetables and I see some old lady that's got some applesauce and very few things in her cart, it just breaks my heart, man. It does. With the 1% saying, just a report that I just saw, only 30% of the 1% feel just slightly affected by all of this that happened this past year. Whereas it devastated so many people and so many businesses, right? Good people just wanted to provide a service within their community, neighbors and such. But 70% of the 1%, y'all, 70%. This is not 50%, this isn't half, this is over half. By a couple of tenths, you know what I mean. 70% actually benefited. Actually benefited, just like before. Right? Sickening, 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 sickening. And they're all walking around with white teeth and, everything's great for them, right? They're eating good. Did all the way through, remember? Think about it, y'all. Just think about the humanity tax. I mean, come on now. 1% of what the 1%'s worth. I know they're hiding money overseas. You know that. But they still put in a tax return, right? Whether they pay the taxes on what they say they're worth, we don't care about that. We just want 1% of that amount that you put there as far as what you're worth on it. We just want 1% of it. That's all. Just a check. We'd like, I don't remember what her name is, but just let's call her Lupe, all right? I just recently met a Lupe. She was wonderful. We talked about racism. I wanted her to know I clearly am not that person that you think I am, living here in Kansas. Like Lupe, they're on the border. They're cleaning rooms. They're in Yuma, wanting to go across the border, to get her dental work done, like so many American citizens are doing, because they can't afford it here in the United States. Why is that? Come on, man. Okay. So, one of the reasons why I started doing juices and eating raw or steamed, you know what I mean, just fruits and vegetables, is because of my teeth. I can't eat meat, man. Never have been able to. I can't chew that enough. You got to chew the crap out of a piece of meat in order for your body to easily digest it. And if you don't, oh my gosh, you know how it is. Hell, you can feel like you got a big, huge boulder in your gut for days until you try to poop that out and you're like, oh my goodness, where's the suppository box? I'm not doing that. My suppository is going to be like a strawberry. And I put it back there. We're just going to put it in here and then wait to see what happens, okay? I mean, an enema. Everybody's like, oh my gosh, I try to buy an enema bag here in town. You know what they said? Oh, that's a specialty item. What? It's a specialty item. It's a bag with a hose on it. How is that a specialty item? Well, we just don't carry them anymore. That's just a bit more advanced than... It's advanced? How many years have we been doing this? What? You got to special order it. You can't even go into a pharmacy and buy one. It's a special order item. It's one of the most useful things that you could ever purchase for self-care. And guess what? Anybody know who Mae West was? I know, I'm aging myself tremendously right now. Come on up and see me sometime, boys. Actually, she was this woman that glorified being a prostitute, basically, and a high-class call girl, let's say. And she used to walk around, hey, gentlemen, how's it going? Like that. And that was glorified, pretty much. But one of the things that she has been quoted as saying is that she did an enema every day. Every day. Some people do it like once a month. Some people do it like not very often. I have done it several times. Coffee enema was the first thing that really caught my attention. Really? Coffee enema? You put that in the in the bag with the water? Are you serious? Well, what it does is produces bile. Now think about that, especially if you're a smoker. Let's say Sunday morning, one of the 1 days you have off, let's say, and in the morning you get the big, huge Sunday paper, which isn't as big and huge anymore since the internet, but let's just say back in the day. So you go to, you got your coffee brewing, even just the smell of coffee can do this to you. But no, you just decide, I'll give me a cup of coffee, smoke me a cigarette, and sit out there in my backyard. Because why not? You know, the dang neighbor smokes anyway. But I'm going to sit here this Sunday morning. I'm going to smoke me a cig, drink me some coffee, and read me some paper. Whoops, so boy, I got to go. So you go. All right, now that's a combination of coffee and nicotine. Because the nicotine is giving you that temporary buzz, you know what I mean? And then you jet in, you have a good one. Then you get ready to eat something huge. Probably shouldn't, but, you know, I understand. I know. Bacon. I know. We'll do a bacon. My grandkids, I know it. I can't help it. It's just, that's the way it is. Okay. So, one of the things that also about my teeth was that I could never go to the dentist to get them cleaned or anything. And also, sometimes you get those sores on the inside of your mouth, you know. You might actually, bite down on the inside of your cheek. Or you just might have some dental issues. Maybe some infection or something like that, right? This right here. That's the heaviest box of granola I've ever bought in my life. But, and probably one of the most expensive ones. My goal, though, because it had oats, honeys, raisins, and almonds in it, was to add it to my steel-cut oats. And why? Because it's hard and heck, and I try to eat it just with milk. Well, not real milk, but, well, what do you say? Cow excretions or something like that. Anyway, nut milks. And it hurt, it literally hurt my gums, so I'm not doing that anymore. So I add that to the steel-cut oats or any kind of oatmeal. Just add it in there and let it soften up. And all that'll be in your oatmeal. Okay? There's a little idea. So, let's say that you did get something in your mouth, and here's something that will help. This will make your mouth feel cleaner. It also kills the bacteria. Think about this. Think of your mouth as an oil spill. One of those that we're seeing is probably going to be tons more. That's going to kill the ecological systems of our world because we got to drive. So anyway, your mouth was this disaster, because it is if you're, and so you got the oil slick in there, all the oil or whatever, and so what do? They come in with these boats and they throw this stuff that looks like, I don't know, foam or something. But what happens is the foam absorbs all the oil. Then they go around and they scoop all the foam up with the oil in it. Think about it like that. This oil that you're going to put in your mouth and you're going to squish this around, don't swallow it, anywhere between 5 minutes to 20 minutes, depending on you. I literally will watch a video, like a 20-minute video. I'll just go like that. Watch the video, and then when I get done, I spit it out, and then I take a tongue scraper. Now, why am I doing that? So you still have, Every night, you detox on your tongue. No matter what. When you drink alcohol in the morning, yeah. What is it? Comb your hair with a wagon wheel? Is that what they say? You're going to scrape your tongue. Basically what this is an overgrowth of yeast. If you've ever heard of candida, which a lot of people haven't, but sometimes we will get an overgrowth of yeast in our body. You might start to see little white spots on your body. That is an overgrowth of yeast. And it's best to have an even balance in your body. And you might even start to break out, especially starting right about here. It's a nightmare. So anyway, this helps in that way. Also, I think it's important to adjust a tiny bit of oil for your dewy skin and complexion and getting all that Tin Man stuff working. So you're not going to want to swallow this because you are pulling all the bacteria out of your mouth. And if you swallow it, you're going to swallow that bacteria. You also want to do this before you drink anything in the morning, okay? So you get up and you do this right off. Then you're going to go ahead and you're just going to brush your teeth. Teeth feel good. Breath feels a little bit fresher. and you have pretty much detoxed your mouth. Scraped all that crap off your tongue. You're going to see you're going to get a lot of that white crap. And after a while, after you start to, eat better and balance your yeast within your body, then you'll see less and less of that. I watched one guy online that said that stuff can crawl up into your mouth and eat all the stuff that you didn't get when you didn't brush your teeth before you went to sleep. Ooh, now think about it. And then they poop in you. Ooh, so you don't want that in you. And that's why this is important to do in the morning. Scrape your tongue after like 15 minutes of just getting all over the place. Or you spit that out, don't drink it. Scrape your tongue and brush your teeth. And there you go. So I thought I would share today. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that this little bit of information is helpful for you if you're struggling with dental issues. And given the circumstances of our lives right now, maybe some of you don't have the money to go get the dental issues fixed, like I didn't for so very long. But this is an option for you. And I bought this at Wally World, but you can get a pretty affordable jar of coconut oil at Big Lots. They have various sizes, and you can get a big size like this as well there. So check it out. Also, Ross, if you go into their little health area that's kind of off their kitchen utensil area, you can find some stuff at a Ross store that is, you didn't even know you needed it. I'm thinking I might go back. There's a French press, like a glass one at Marshall's, and then there's also a yoga mat there. And they've got this really cute, like macrame dream catcher that's just gorgeous. It's a little expensive. I'm hesitant, but I would like to put that over my bed as a ginormous dream catcher. Because last night, y'all, I didn't sleep very well at all. And I feel like I'm being chased by monsters at night. I don't know. Must be getting some stuff done, or on the other side. What do you think? All right. Well, have a wonderful Thursday. Guess what? Tomorrow's supposed to rain all day long, and in some parts of Kansas, it's going to snow. What month is it? Are we in spring? Spring snow. I love it. Spring snow, don't you? Have you ever heard anyone say that before? Well, you just did. Thanks a lot for coming by. Thumb it up if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to see future videos. I know, look at that. There's sugar right there. There's Pero right there. I love the way that it's not in a bag anymore. You can buy it like that now. Right? Okay. I use it very seldom. And just sometimes when I'm making like stir-fry sauces and stuff, I'll add that along with, I got some, I brought actually some coconut sugar. I have that. And also, what's another one? Brown sugar. And you can use agave nectar, maple syrup, barley malt will work. These are all from my days of a macrobiotic diet. That's kind of what I'm thinking of. Have you ever heard of kombu tea? Is it kombu? Let me think. No, that's not the tea. What is a tea? Banca. Is it banca? Banca tea? Bancha? I don't know. The thing, I went to get some of it. It looks like someone just it's a bunch of sticks. And you put it in, yeah, I know. It's like really a weird tea. But I drink a lot of that when I was doing macrobiotic diet. I actually pulled the book the other day. Pulled several books to kind of bone up on health again. Start that research back up again and see what's up. And doing way more yoga. I think I'm going to start doing it out in the front yard to see who's going to show up and stuff. The next door neighbor and her mom seemed pretty interested. I got everything. Hell, I could start a workout studio here at this point. No, not really. Wouldn't do that. There's too much smoke around here. Thumb it up, subscribe, get out there, spread those little pieces of peace. Happy Thursday to y'all. Thanks a lot for coming by. We'll see you all down the road. Bye-bye.